Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You know how sometimes you have those days where nothing is really unwell. I'm having one of those days. I think I'm often hit by a wave of sadness whenever I encounter the fragility of life, especially when it concerns my parents or my sisters or anybody that I deeply love. I do think about death. It's not a new topic that I've thought about, right? Death is life and death are the only constants. Like, death is the only guarantee. We all know it. And I've had my fair share of encounter with death. I would say more than fair. More than what I would consider healthy. Amount of death I've seen. I think that was procured by the field that I work in. This is not my job. This I do for fun and because I want to make something. I want to create and shoot and edit and all that. The job kind of is exhausting in a way that jobs generally are, but it afforded me a lot of exposure to death very early on in life. And there's no speeches given, nobody really shows you how to deal with it as a young person in the medical field, as I'm sure it should exist. There should be a curriculum. You just learn to live with it. So naturally I have a managerial relationship with illnesses and death, because I'm like, okay, let's see, what can we do about it and all of that, sort of compartmentalizing how I feel and what I feel. But to my loved ones, it is very obvious, the anxiety and all. And so this wave of sadness is just like a result of that reality hitting me in the face. You don't realize it's such a, this is of course this is common, this happens with everybody. There's no bigger truth in life than this, that if you are getting older and wiser, you should know and get accustomed to the fact that your parents are also getting older. And it's like every time you go back home, they're a little bit more fragile. I think I would like to do a video with them here, just to have them permanently etched on this channel. It's a weird phase of life where you are the adult, you are the go-to person. So strange. Even though I would know what to do and how should we proceed, like the compartmentalization of it, the intellectual nature of things as to 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the next steps that we should take. Even then, I am never really able to fully sit with myself about these feelings. So this is kind of an attempt to do that. But in the middle of it, I might like wander off into other topics. This is the book that I've been reading, The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. I'm just going to read the review given by New York Times. So charged with pain and wonder that the novel becomes poetry. One thing I have to say about Toni Morrison's style of writing is it's as if somebody is talking to you. Just before I read this. I think that's the difference between American or British authors also, because the books that I finished prior to this one last week was Sense and Sensibility, and before that I finished Murder of Roger Ackroyd. That is like the great book by Agatha Christie, which is like, the unreliable narrator. She's like the queen of genre of murder mysteries anyways, but then she kind of introduced this, unreliable narrator thing, which I could not process till the end. So I would say that if there is one book of Agatha that I would recommend, I've not read all of the thousands of books that she's written, but from I think 15-20 books of hers that I've read, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd would be something that I would recommend, just for the fact that it's very surprising in a way that goes beyond just a traditional murder mystery. Sense and Sensibility, I found it difficult to finish it. It wasn't like a quick read for me. In generally, my reading has slowed down over the years, right? This channel again is an attempt to keep reading and keep talking about books. I liked the book. I liked it for the relationship and the dynamics between the sisters and their family. The small family, one of the sisters is actually not discussed this much, but like the two main protagonists, the sisters, their relationship with each other and how different they are from each other, but at the same time they're quite similar also. They're sisters after all, so they have their differences, they have their different POVs, but they come together to understand each other through pain, trial, tribulations, and that's the part I liked. The love story aspect, I don't think Sense and Sensibility had like that great a story. It was very like, I don't know, I think I remember snippets of the movie I might have seen, but I don't exactly remember it. And now I'm reading this. So this is a sharp transition, right, from like the British style of writing, and this is the American style of writing. So that is anyways a sharp transition. And on top of that, you take Toni Morrison, and on top of that, you take Toni Morrison specifically. This is my first book of hers that I am reading, and I've been wanting to read her books for a while. My speed has just generally become very, slow. Snail speed I read at these days. Her style of writing is unique. Like I said, it makes you feel like you're talking to somebody. And then this particular novel, because I've not read others, and this particular novel, it's not a linear story. She is going to, like, I have read like 3 parts of it, and in every part there's like this person that you hate almost. Like in the first or the second, I'm like, I hate this person, but then in the next part it is that person and their stories she tells us. And so she builds up on this story, and she builds up on how all the characters are and why they're all this way, but they're in no, like, it's not in a chronological order, but she makes sure that we know all of them very intimately before sort of judging them. The main gist is that, okay, I just read that it was her debut novel. It was her debut novel. Dream. Okay. So we are encountering a poor black family of Pauline, Collie, Stoli, I don't know how to pronounce the father's name, Sam and Piccola. In 1940s Ohio, they've shifted to, because of the cultural context of a black person living in America amongst white people, and what is considered desirable, what is considered pretty. That is the heavy theme here. Piccola considers herself to be ugly, undesirable, and she has this like longing for having blue eyes. She prays each night for blue eyes, like those of her school. This is the kind of novel, the way her words are, it's a dense novel. You know how sometimes, I don't know, I did not really feel that about the British ones, but the way she uses sentences is they're very dense with meaning and words. They are laced. Like sometimes they can be long sentences and nothing can be said, or like very little can be said, and that's also okay. Uh, Here, so reading again would definitely give me a newer perspective. I would definitely want to read it again. Whether I read it again or not, that is dependent on time. I have started coming across these recommendations videos. I have started coming across these YouTube recommendations. One of them was like how to grow your channel. These mistakes small YouTubers are making, and I'm like, okay. Then I felt disgusted by the idea of wanting to grow and wanting to be like, what is this? What is this? Is this why you're creating this channel? Is this why you're making these videos? I mean, I would like to grow, but I don't know. I'm uncomfortable with being seen too much and being commented on, and general struggles with being received. That's why the previous few videos have been about that only. Yeah. So this is like anybody who's new here. I just talk about stuff that I want to talk about. That's it. Also, I feel like I'm not very eloquent. So this channel is kind of like my practice also, where I write something, I write a script and I talk about it. And most of the times it's not even written. Sometimes I just like have some jotted down ideas in my notes, and I pull them apart and I think on that in video format. I'm like thinking out loud in the video only. I don't know if that is great or not. Yeah. So continuing with the theme of poem of the day. Don't mind my hair. I just came back from work, so they're all messed up. Poem of the day. The one show I watch on YouTube every single day is in English. The music I have stopped listening to now has been in Punjabi. I talk in both, I die a little in both. Torn between history and present, my insides become gooey when I feel the entire pressure of my ancestors on my shoulders. I feel like it's my duty to disappoint people as a woman. My hands become clammy at the thought of abandoning either languages. My hands become clammy at the thought of abandoning either language. Performative, attention seeking, and pretentious. But I unfold in this language, here, completely, on this page, with the pen that can write any language. I am exhausted by the effort to explain myself in either. I need a third language. They liked the throw of my voice in school, so they put me on a stage, made me do new things I never knew I could say no to. I felt hurled across poems, speeches, debates, plays, songs, and no one recognized me. English recognized me and made me anew. I felt found and useful because of it. How do I abandon it? I yearn for both and I fail in both, much like the daughter or the sister that I pretend to be. I also feel like there's a dishonesty because I can't finish literature in one language. How am I supposed to finish in all the three languages that I know? And then I get pressurized and I stop reading. And so I'm like, no, I can't do it like that. I have to read for comfort, read for pleasure. And that's what I realized, that you can't have a TBR. I mean, you can have a TBR in the sense that what are the books I should buy, what are the books I should go for. But it's not like a strict criteria, it's not like a rigid time schedule. Reading is supposed to be for pleasure. But still, I do feel like I tend to go more towards English books. Recently, I think last 2 years, I've been like, I should read more Punjabi literature, and I've started going back to it. Back to it in the sense that I never bought them for myself first time. So yeah, poetry I had been invested in. Punjabi poetry I'd been invested in because I wrote more of it, but Punjabi literature per se had not been that invested in. So I am learning to do more of that, reading of that. Yeah.
We're looking for how the past is represented, and that's.
So this is a letter written in COVID 2022. So there's this small content creator who would gift you books and you pay for the service and also write you a letter depending on what you wanted, like very personal and deep. And so this was the book that I ordered, and Mr. Kinson's poetry book, and this is the letter that she wrote for me, and I'm going to read that. Dear Bint, when was the last time you checked in with yourself? What do you do when you are the one who's burnt out? This letter is a hug, a warm, tight one, and it's reminding you to slow down a little. Take a break and breathe. Imagine a day when you don't let people who give you anxiety any access to you. You know that it's your own phone and you block things that hurt you or make you overthink. You take a long shower. Today you don't have to get ready, meet a deadline. You give yourself a break. You watch a movie with a plate of your favorite food. You call up a friend who really cares about you. You sing without worrying if you got the lyrics right. सुहाना सफर और ये मौसम हसी, हमें डर है हम खो न जाए कहीं. सुहाना सफर और ये मौसम हसी. You tell yourself it is just a song. Why worry about it? And I want to tell you, my friend, it's just this life, and we are here briefly. We are not here to spend each and every day being so hard on yourself. We are not here to spend each and every day being so hard on ourselves. Tread lightly. You don't need any relationship that puts knots in your stomachs. You deserve to sleep peacefully at the end of the day. Someone once said that our worst fears have already happened to us. So relax for a while. Let go of the tension in every part of your body. Feel it leave. Breathe. You're going to be okay. You will have a warm house someday with walls of gentle colors. You'll bake cookies and laugh with people who will love you so much, so tenderly. You'll look out for the world during these moments, and it will all be worth it. You'll be so glad that you're alive. Till then, take good care of that beautiful, kind and tender heart of yours, sharing this extract till I see you again. And kid, you've got to love yourself. You've got to wake up at 4 in the morning, brew black coffee, and stare at the birds drowning in the darkness of the dawn. You've got to sit next to the man at the train station who's reading your favorite book and start a conversation. You've got to come home after a bad day and burn your skin from a shower. Then you've got to wash all your sheets until they smell of lemon detergent you bought $4 at the local grocery store. You've got to stop taking everything so goddamn personally. You've got to stop taking everything so goddamn personally. Really. You've got to stop letting yourself get upset about things that don't matter in 2 years. You've got to stop worrying about what made him stop caring 6 months ago. You've got to stop asking everything and everyone about their opinion. Fuck it. Love yourself, kiddo. You've got to. Fuck it. Love yourself, kiddo. You've got to love yourself. Hugs. Your friend T. February 2022. What a beautiful letter. So earlier I posted this video where I was talking about stupidity, my fear of stupidity, and the performance of intelligence that comes with it. Because even though I know that I'm not stupid, but I'm stupid. You know what I mean? but I'm not intelligent, but I'm intelligent. I'm somewhere in the middle. And then I watched this artist, ASMR artist, who like talks about intellectual stuff on their channel, and she brought up something very beautiful, and they brought up something very beautiful. The topic was intelligence and how it is not a quantifiable thing, and that video made me think a little. So I deleted the video that I posted because that was sort of like self-flagellating kind of video. I was not well. I was sick last night, so whatever I said was whatever I said, and I wanted it not to exist on the internet, and I deleted it. Her videos are the kind of videos that always make me think, that always make me feel like, oh yeah, and she talked about that even though there is in the modern world, one might say there are 6 types of intelligence, or these types of intelligence, there's like quantifiable variables where you can differentiate between people on these types of things. But still, she said that intelligence is, at the end of the day, that is not sufficient. That's just one step ahead from being very binary about it. So yeah, now I'm feeling good.
Free or at least more affordable resources that really helped me along the way. First on that list of free resources that have been incredibly helpful to me is Opera, the sponsor of today's episode.
Might already have known that I am doing a thing called Poem of the Day, where I write poems of the day. I might not share them. I might share them at the end of the month or the week or whenever I feel like.
But the internet is pretty good. Coming off of Trader.
And it's not like I have a tripod or something. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 things, which is read my poem of the day, poem 4. Again, this one is also inspired by Kamala Das's poem, and I will follow that up with this. Okay, I'll start with my poem. I think that will be better. This poem is called An Introduction by Kamala Das. Now there are people walking, so it's a bit awkward for me. But I'm going to still keep recording. I have kept my voice so low, so I think that it shouldn't be problematic for anybody. But I hope to still be audible. At least a little less than the crow. He's a little too loud. Okay. It's called An Introduction by Kamala Das. I don't know politics, but I don't know politics, but I know the names of those in power. I didn't like the feel of the way I was reciting it. I was reciting it in the morning and I had a flow, which took me a while to get to the flow. Poetry recitation is also a flow, I realized. When I've been reciting poetry since I was a schoolgirl, so since I was a little child basically, but I will include the snippets of the other recording in this. I think that would be an interesting mix. Okay. I don't know politics, but I know the names of those in power and can repeat them like days of week or month. And can repeat them like days of weeks or names of months, beginning with Nehru. I am Indian, very brown, born in Malabar. I speak 3 languages, write in 2, dream in 1. Don't write in English, they say. English is not your mother tongue. Why not leave me alone? Critics, friends, visiting cousins. Every one of you. Why not let me speak in any language I like? The language I speak becomes mine. Its distortions, its queerness, all mine. Mine alone. It's half English, half Indian. Funny perhaps, but it is honest. It is as human as I am human, don't you see? It voices my joys, my longings, my hopes, and it is useful to me as cawing is to crows or roaring to the lions. It is human speech, the speech of the mind that is here. It is human speech, the speech of the mind that is here and not there, a mind that sees and hears and is aware. Not the deaf, blind speech of trees in storm or of monsoon. Not the deaf, blind speech of trees in storm or of monsoon clouds or of rain or the incoherent mutterings of the blazing funeral pyre. I was child and later they told me I grew, for I became tall, my limbs swelled and 1 or 2 places sprouted hair. When I asked for love, not knowing what else to ask for, he drew a youth of 16 into the bedroom and closed the door. He did not beat me, but my sad woman body felt so beaten. The weight of my breasts and womb crushed me. I shrank pitifully. Then I wore a shirt. And my brother's trousers, cut my hair short and ignored my womanliness. Dress in saris, be girl, be wife, they said. Be embroiderer, be cook, be a quarreler with servants. Fit in. Oh, belong, cried the categorizers. Don't sit on walls or peep in through our laced draped windows. Be Amy or be Kamala, or better still be Madhavi Kuti. It's time to choose a name, a role. Don't play pretending games. Don't play schizophrenia or be a nympho. Don't cry embarrassingly loud when jilted in love. I met a man, loved him. Call him not by any name. He is every man who wants a woman. A woman just as I am every woman who seeks love. In him the hungry haste of rivers, in me the ocean's tireless waiting. Who are you? I ask each and every one. The answer is, it is I. Anywhere and everywhere I see the one who calls himself I in this world. He's tightly packed like the sword in its sheath. It is I who drink lonely drinks at 12 midnight in hotels of strange towns. It is I who laugh. It is I who make love and then feel shame. It is I who lie dying with a rattle in my throat. I am sinner, I am saint, I am the beloved, I am the betrayed. I have no joys that are not yours, no aches which are not yours. I too call myself I. So now I'm going to follow it up with a poem of the day by myself. It's the 4th one. Speak, hear, tell or listen. I don't know much difference of this language. Yet it lets me thread my thoughts coherently, at least on paper. Lets me communicate with a friend who speaks in Tamil. I force words out of my mouth. I struggle to let go of the nuance in every word of someone's. A complex layered meaning known only to them, revealed to me by my anxieties. Betrayal comes from tone much more clearly in the mother tongue. English preserves that delicate curtain. Sometimes. Do not explain, do not ask, do not fret. I rest with it, and I am embarrassed with it. I convey, converse, and convolute in it.